Hey gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I thought it's time that I up my game a little bit, and I went with Beckett Simonon to complete that mission. Got a pair of wingtips here that I'm jazzed to talk to you about. So in my estimation, as I get older, I really do believe that I think a gentleman ought to do his best to try to look good in every situation. And I think a classic wingtip shoe is something he can grab for out of his closet for maybe business attire, maybe business casual, depending on your system. A wedding, you could be a wedding guest. You can look really good for Sunday church, a bunch of different occasions I think a wingtip is good for. This one here is the Yates over there by Beckett Simonon. This is made in Bogota, Colombia, and there's a bunch of details that we're gonna get into on these. Now it's my third time coming back to Beckett Simonon, and they've never let me down. We've collaborated on this by them sending out the shoes for me to review for you all. That way when you click over to Beckett Simonon, you'll be letting them know that these collaborations are working. This wingtip again is the Yates Oxford. You'll note that an Oxford has that lacing area attached to the vamp as one piece. Essentially not like a hole cut, but with a derby, the lacing area is detached from the vamp. The Oxford is more formal, but the broguing and the wingtip make this particular shoe a bit less formal. Depending on your office, these may still be better for casual Fridays or taking clients out to lunch or a casual business meeting. But I'm guessing for most of my subscribers here, this is a very formal shoe. Some of the best pants to pair with these would be some navy blue, maybe a various colors of gray, light to charcoal, khaki or beige trousers, olive green, and even white for some summer options. The first pant here is a light dress trouser in gray. This would be a great fit for so many different occasions, weddings, outings, office. I've opted for this blue dress sock from Ralph Lauren. The second here is a khaki chino pant for a casual option that would look great in the office, evening out with your bride, and so many other settings. For these pants, I went with brown Ralph Lauren socks. Lastly, for a more casual option, and I think I'm seeing more often, is the green Levi 511s. I love these pants, but be sure to avoid any distressed pants when you do denim if you're pairing with dress shoes. I opted for the blue Yumi, formerly David's Wear socks. When you click over to Beckett Simonon, you'll see a ton of options. Of course, they have less broguing, they have toe cap, non-toe cap, and that's just in the Oxfords alone. Check out the Vasco capped toe with broguing, or the Brent Oxford with a capped toe, but still includes the beautiful broguing, or the Dean Oxfords for a classic formal option in many colors, or see the Valencia hole cut for another formal option. There are so many other options, and this is just in the Oxfords. They have a wide array of derbies, loafers, monk straps, and you've already seen me on the channel cover the Silva Chelsea boot and their Medina boot. Now I want to get into the build quality and construction on these shoes. Like I said, they're made in Bogota, Colombia by some hardworking professionals, and Beckett Simonon has arranged a wonderful team, and they really treat their staff amazing. Check out the website where you'll see all the details about how they go into that. Some of the awards and the ratings that they've got just by the way they treat their employees. Now, of course, everything is going to start with the leather. They use a full grain calfskin leather from a gold rated tannery in Arezzo, Italy, that comes conditioned with shea butter and carbonara wax. This shoe comes in oak, my color here, black, Bordeaux, brown, and tan. And be sure to click around the website. All the different shoes I mentioned, I just showed in one color, but they have a wide array. And depending on what shoe you're looking at, a bunch of different color options as well. Now on the liner, on the inside, they cover the whole thing with a hole cut piece of Vachetta liner. And that there is a piece of leather that's gonna cover up all the seams to make a smooth, seamless spot for your foot to live. This, of course, any leather is gonna be breathable. It's gonna help keep down the odors. It's gonna be naturally moisture wicking. So I like to see on these dress shoes a really nice liner. It's super comfortable. I've had them on, and it's a really cozy, comfortable liner there. Then inside there, they go ahead and put a leather lined insole. There's a riveted shank, steel shank going in there. It's actually riveted to the insole and the midsole. Then they include another little liner. I think this is just if you want a little more protection, or if your foot's a little too big, you can account for some of that. The liner there is going to mold to your foot, and then eventually it's going to be your shoe and nobody else's. They do come out and hold this shoe together with Blake stitching. This is something that your cobbler is going to know well, and most any of them are going to be able to repair it. It's a natural leather heel stack, so there's not any type of fake leather going on. I hate when you see a shoe, they'll put a thin little strip of fake leather there. A good stacked heel with some brass tacks holding that in. There's a rubber cap on the back to give you a little bit of traction and stability. And then of course a natural veg tan outsole. I've already been wearing mine and scratching it up. It's sad, but now it's starting to look cool and look like me. So the Blake stitch there is something that we really like to see. This keeps a really nice slender profile there. I think that's what I like in a dress shoe, is not to see that protruding out very wide. It's just a really nice cut. On the arch there, it's going to have a very nice neck or throat right there in the midsection. The heel seems to cup and grab really nicely. This is a kind of modern toe, if you will. They call it the almond shape, and it's going to have plenty of room in there. So I've had these on. My feet can move around, my toes can move around a bit, but yeah, like I say, it grabs my heel and then has some stability right there in the middle for the arch and the little bit of arch support going on in there. I would say on this, my foot is like a D width, so maybe if you're E, triple E, you might want to size half a size up in this shoe. Now in terms of sizing, I went with an 11.5. If you check back, like I said, the Silva, I went with an 11. So that ended up being too small for me. The Medina boot was a little too small for me, so I didn't use those as much as I wanted to because they're just such amazing footwear. This guy, I did it right. I went with 11.5, and that's perfect for me. So I'm a size 12 on the Brannick device. I sized half a size down and went with an 11.5, and that works really good. I'm all over the map on boots. You see behind me, I'll be anywhere from a 12 all the way down to an 11, just the way it goes. I just had to send some boots back today that didn't fit me right. But with these guys here, I found my ticket. 11.5 is the go for me. I'll ask, if you have any questions about sizing, drop them in the comments. I'll get to each and every one of those, see if I can help at all. They have a neat little questionnaire on the website. It talks about your foot size, your average fine dress shoe or dress boot size, and then they punch in a number that they think is going to work best for you. You can always email them and they're going to respond quickly and get right back to you. Now friends, these shoes here are dress shoes, and I don't quite have the life where I can wear them every single day. Trust me, they would be trashed. So I just don't have that right now. I'm not wearing them every single day. It's gonna take a year for me to really get into the break-in process and all that. So if you guys will hang back with me, do me a favor, subscribe, come back for the 1-year review. We'll get into the break-in. I can tell you just with the Blake stitching is meant to make it an easier break-in. The leather they use, top-notch, top-quality leather. The build process, everything is what we want it to be. I can't say enough about Beckett Simonon. I wouldn't keep pushing them on the channel. There are a million companies that make dress boots. Just the materials they use, the conversations I've had back and forth with the staff, the way they treat their employees, kind of the vision they have, where they're going is just top notch. Again, just little things like they throw in the boot bag, the shoe bag. It just protects them. These are investment. You can get shoe trees for them, but they go ahead and include that. I just got another pair of dress shoes that don't have those. So just the little details, and they're really easy to work with. They have matching belts to go with these shoes. Any color shoe you get, you can get a matching belt. They have this deal where you can buy 5 belts so you can have a different color for every single shoe. I think that's another thing when I talk about a gentleman ought to be ready and prepared. So if you get invited to something, you don't want to make these decisions last minute. That's actually how the gentleman's journey got started. I was asked to preach a wedding, and I went out to the mall. I spent about $200 on a pair of boots, and they were junk. They had exactly what I was saying. Instead of a stacked leather heel, they had it fake, and that was about the same cost as what you can get nice boots from Beckett Simonon. It's what you can get Thursday boots with. when I finally realized all that up top, I started the gentleman's journey and haven't looked back. So I want to make sure we're putting our money in the right spots. I wouldn't keep coming back to these guys if I didn't love them and didn't want you guys, you know, putting your money in the right spot. Let me know if you've had Beckett Simonon and what your experience has been. But I'll tell you one thing, friends, these shoes here are gonna take me to some special places. I genuinely believe that. Some of the funnest times I have are when I'm outdoors, kayaking, canoeing, hiking, fishing, doing all this stuff. But I'll tell you what, there's nothing like getting dressed up with my wife, doing something fun. We went to a friend's wedding, you know, wearing a pair of shoes like this to something like that, going out to maybe your parents' 50th wedding anniversary party. I don't know. Some of these things are just the funnest memories. You might throw these on and just take your wife out, go downtown and find a nice restaurant. I'm not sure. These, again, are going to make a very good shoe for the office, whether it's something you can wear every day, depending on your dress code there, or business casual Fridays, taking a client out. Lots of different options there. So I'll link to all this stuff in the description, but that's going to do it for this one, friends. I sure hope you're enjoying the stuff we got coming. Make sure and subscribe. Come back for more videos. We're going to condition these. We'll do a 1-year review. We might compare them to other shoes, the whole gamut. So make sure and stay back for all that. Until the next video, God bless. And hey, don't forget to give your boots some love from time to time.